What's good, y'all? It's your girl Michelle, and I am back with another video, and I'm glad to be making this video. And the reason why I was led to make this video is because there are some people who may have heard about the Hebrew Israelites, and they want to verify if that information is the truth. You know, I came across the Hebrew Israelites like about between 4 to 5 years ago, and as I was hearing this information, it interested me. But when I would go online to do research, like on Google and stuff, oftentimes I would come across information saying, you know, this is a hate group, until I did research and found out that the foundation of the movement did not actually start off with hate, that it was just a group of people trying to find their culture and their history. It didn't start off with hate, but I had to take hours and hours to craft and develop that research. I even made a documentary a while back about, it's called My Name is Kunta Part 2, about the history of the Israelites in America and throughout the African diaspora, where I had so many sources that were used. That documentary is almost 30 minutes long. But it took me some time to find that information, because if you try to find out and ask Google, was Jesus black, most likely it will say no. But when you really dig deep, you will find some information. And so I recently found a way to find information quicker without having to spend so much time searching, that I think will be of use to people who may have been hearing about this but are confused whether you are white or black, because this page is for all races, not just for black people. Not just, you know, whether you are black, white, Hispanic, and Asian, you're just interested in learning. So what you're going to want to do is go to Google and look up AI mode. So we're going to look up old books showing artifacts of Black Jesus. And let's see what it says. It says historical books and ancient manuscripts such as the Ethiopian Orthodox Bible and Coptic Bibles frequently, not occasionally, but frequently depict Jesus and other biblical figures with dark skin. These works document a long-standing tradition of black religious imagery that predates, that means it goes back further than Western, that's the European, representations. Here it says early manuscripts and Bibles. Ancient religious texts from North Africa and the Middle East provide some of the earliest visual records of a dark-skinned Jesus. The Ethiopian Orthodox Bible, the text is 1,000 years older than the King James Bible and depicts most biblical figures, including Jesus and Mary, as black. And that's very important, because we read another source in a different video that I did a while back, and it's called Blacked Out Through Whitewash, and there's a section that it refers to the Jews as being Afrocoid people. And what it says, if you read that book, it shows the history of the migration of the Jews to Ethiopia and how they were living there for 2,000 years, I think it said, after Jerusalem was besieged, and that they were black. And they had the artifacts where it showed their afros. So there are books and sources with this information, but here you can find it much quicker. And then the Coptic Bibles, originating from North Africa in the Middle East, these ancient Bibles consistently portray Christ with dark tones. Here it says in the third bullet point, Ethiopian Rock Church manuscripts. These contain some of the oldest known paintings of Jesus depicted as black long before the European contact. And then it's going to give some books. It says some modern scholarly works. This is important because you can verify this information, which is why I feel like this is so important. But several modern scholarly works compile and analyze these artifacts and historical significance. The Image of the Black in Western Art, Volume 2. So this is the name of the book. And it says here, The Image of the Black in Western Art, Volume 2, by multiple scholars. This multi-volume series, published by Harvard University Press, because some people won't look at this information because it's not scholarly, they claim. Published by Harvard University Press, documents representations of people of African descent in European art, including the emergence of figures like the Black Magus. It says in the second bullet point, The Ancient Black Hebrews, Black Jesus and His Family by Gert Muller. And I actually read certain parts of this book a while back. It says this explores why many historical European pictures of Jesus and Mary are black, arguing that early Christians recognized the black ancestry of the biblical Jews. Another source here, and make sure, guys, that you're screenshotting this information so that you can verify it and try to find these books, because a lot of the times you can look up the names of these books and look up PDF versions so that you don't have to go to the store and buy these books. or go to Internet Archive and look up these books where you can read it for free. But anyways, it says The Black Men, the Father of Civilization, Proven by Biblical History by James Morris Webb, a 1919 work that presents black people as the original subjects of Bible's Genesis story using historical and theological analysis. Here again, Black Jesus by Emery George, 1974, a rare hardcover book that includes illustrations and narrative regarding the historical and cultural history of a black Jesus. Now, the next thing that I searched up artifacts of black Jews that go back further than the Western depiction of the Jews. It says to find artifacts that predate or go back further than Western depictions of the Jews, which typically emerge in the Middle Ages and Renaissance era as European-looking figures. We have to look at ancient Near East and Northeast African archaeology, or archaeology, however you say it. My apologies, y'all, if I'm butchering these words. It reads here, in the ancient world, 12,000 BCE, so this was before Christ was born, to the 1st century CE, the inhabitants of the Levant, modern-day Israel, Palestine, and Jordan, and the Nile Valley, Egypt, and Ethiopia were culturally and biologically distinct from European representations. Here are the oldest artifacts that depict the people of Israel or related populations in the Afro-Asiatic context. Now, this is one of the sources that it gives. It says the Lachish reliefs. This was 701 BCE. Located in the British Museum, these massive stone carvings were commissioned by the Assyrian king Sennacherib. What they show, the siege of Lachish, a city in the kingdom of Judah. These are the oldest detailed visual depictions of the Judeans, so the tribe of Judah. It says the Judeans are depicted with tightly curled peppercorn hair and short curly beards. This is important because when you read the book Blacked Out Through Whitewash, it actually shows these sources that this is talking about, and it depicts them as having afros. And I think another one depicts them as having dreadlocks, although I'm not sure it's this particular source, but there are sources that show their afros and their dreadlocks. It says here, this hair texture is a hallmark of ancient Near Eastern and African populations and differ sharply from the long flowing hair seen later in Western art. So those images where you see Jesus with the long flowing brown hair and blue eyes is not what the original images have depicted, and these are what the primary and ancient sources show. These are not conspiracy theories. These are actual manuscripts and images that you can look into for yourself. Now, this is another source. It says the Meneptah stele. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This was 1208 BCE. It says this is a massive granite slab found in Egypt, currently in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. What it says, it mentions the earliest known mention of Israel in the archaeological record. The Egyptians categorized people by race, or ethnicity using specific artistic conventions. The stele describes Pharaoh Meneptah's victories over various groups, including the Israelites, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this is describing the time when they were slaves in Egypt. Continuing on, it says, depiction. While the stele itself is text, contemporary Egyptian wall paintings from the same era, like those at Karnak, depict Canaanites and Proto-Israelites with dark reddish-brown skin. This is essential because when you read the book of Lamentations in the Bible, it describes the children of Israel as being red or ruddy, and a lot of people have interpreted this to mean that they must have been white. But that's not the truth, because when you look at that passage in Lamentations chapter 4 and look at what the original language said, it said that the ruddiness was dark brown skin, the skin of a black person. And here it's being confirmed again. In fact, the scriptures even call King David ruddy, but when you look at other translations, it refers to him as being dark skinned. Ruddy and dark are interchangeable. And here it's being confirmed once again. They were being depicted as having reddish brown skin, curly hair, and distinctive Semitic dress. So this is very interesting. Once again, other sources are confirming what the Bible already says. This is another source. The Black Obelisk, I don't know if I'm saying that word right once again, I apologize, of Shemizer III, and this was 841 BCE. It says an Assyrian monument that is one of the earliest depictions of an Israelite ruler. What it shows, King Jehu of Israel or his representative bowing down before the Assyrian king. Physical features, like the Lachish reliefs, the Israelites are shown with the same distinct tightly coiled hair and facial features characteristic of the region's original inhabitants, which aligns more closely with Afro-Asiatic phenotypes than with later European versions. So once again, these are three separate sources, but they're all saying the same thing, and these are some of the oldest sources of the Israelites. And if you try to look up some of these things on Google by itself, like artifacts of the ancient Israelites, you may be searching and scrolling for a long time. But with this feature, you can find exactly what you're looking for in seconds, and you can be very specific with your search. Now, this is a fourth source, and we're not really going to get into this fourth source, but you can screenshot it and read it for yourself. But you guys are starting to see the pattern here. With this source, as well as other sources that I haven't even shown yet, these are enough to make at least a documentary, or at least a mini documentary. This information is out there, but it's actively being suppressed. YouTube channels that are talking about these things are being suppressed. And it's intentional. There's a reason why it's harder to find your history if you're a black person watching this video further back than slavery. There's a reason why it's difficult to find that information. There's a reason why you have to look. There's a reason why it takes hours and hours and hours of research. It's intentional so that you don't learn the truth about your roots, because scripture prophesied that our lineage and our roots were going to be hidden. This is biblical prophecy being fulfilled. Yet the Bible also says there's coming a time when the dry bones will awake. And here it also recommended a book that I can read if I want more information. And once again, you guys can screenshot these sources. This is very interesting. It's very interesting, the amount of sources. I think this video alone had like between 15 to 20 sources, I'm not really counting, of this history that has been hidden for so long. So like I said, if you are new and you're looking for information, you want to know, is this a conspiracy or is there actual facts behind this? Is there actual theories? Are these things that these people are saying true, or is it just lies? It's all of it lies. Or are all of the people that are in this movement hateful? Do they all believe that salvation is only for black people? Which that's not true according to the Bible. Salvation is for all people, but do your research, study the Bible, study the scriptures, because the scriptures give history. The scriptures describe the color of the Israelites and what they look like. And there's history outside of the Bible that describes what the Israelites look like. So again, if you're new to this knowledge, or you just want to verify if this information is true, I recommend that you look into AI mode, because it can show you sources much faster, so that you won't have to be searching for hours and hours and hours. And it can help you find undeniable truth in case you're met by someone who's saying all this stuff is a lie or it's a conspiracy theory. It's just so much faster to find information. But yeah, see you guys in a different video. Bye.